Hello everyone, welcome to GameTech UK and another truck driver video. Probably not the truck driver video you're expecting because as the title suggests, the journey is over. So let's get on with today's video. So a couple of days ago we had the patch release for Truck Driver on the consoles, but unfortunately there was an issue with that patch and it was deleting people's save games. So they pulled the plug on that straight away. They worked on it. It was about 12 hours later they re-released the patch. We was all excited about it. There was quite a few really good improvements here, including the upgrade to the Unity engine, a suggestion that I put in before the game was even released 6 months ago to get the sat-nav speed, to get the speed on the sat-nav. That was in there. So I was very, very excited to try it out, and I know you were as well. But I've been playing it and reading your feedback as well, and I hate to say it, but the game currently is an absolute mess. Now, the Unity engine upgrade itself was meant to bring many improvements, most of them graphically. Now, I would say at the moment that the game is probably at a low point graphically. There's so much glitching to the buildings, to trees and general assets within the game that I actually prefer the way it used to look. Also, there is the problem with AI. Now, AI was meant to get its first sort of grounding of improvement in this game, but it's worse than ever. If you're driving along the motorway, the AI literally steers into you, causing you damage, meaning you can't continue the journey. The AI now is absolutely a pain within the game. Also, there's a game-breaking bug that once you go to buy one of the new garages, which is great, it's a new feature within the game, it takes you to the tutorial, which again isn't too much of a problem, but in the tutorial you're asked to go and pick up a trailer, but that trailer isn't there. So essentially it's a game-breaking bug because you can't continue. It's just unfortunate that every time they release a new patch, they seem to break something important within the game. In the last patch, for example, my steering wheel, the more you turned it, the more force feedback you got. And to the point where I stopped playing it because I was worried about breaking my steering wheel. In the last patch, they stopped the G29 and the G920 working. Probably one of the most popular steering wheels on console. That stopped working, and there's reports that it still doesn't work in the current patch. It still hasn't been fixed. This is really deeply disappointing for fans of the game. Now, when Cuckoo came in to take over from the previous developer, Triangle Studios, I felt a big sense of relief that we're finally going to get Truck Driver with a AAA developer behind it, or a developer that's worked on AAA titles, to work on Truck Driver and realise the full potential of this game. But it simply hasn't happened. Now, of course, at the moment, with everything going on in the world, that's fair enough, but that's only a small portion of what's happened to the life cycle of Truck Driver. And like I say, all patches have had massive problems with them. Now, of course, Cuckoo are a developer studio for hire. They're not an in-house developer at Sedesco, so I can only assume with the amount of time all of this has taken since they've taken over, that Sedesco and the management at Sedesco aren't hiring a big enough team at Cuckoo to really realise the potential of the game and get these bugs squashed and the development of the game moving forward. In fact, it will be interesting to see how long it takes Cuckoo to fix these issues and release a new patch. But I have enjoyed my journey with Truck Driver. I've brought you many world exclusives to the GameTech UK channel via Sedesco. I was the first person to play it on YouTube, on Xbox and PlayStation. Of course, I brought interviews with the team as well. But you do have to look at the title and just be honest and realise that this game is going nowhere in its current state. And it is a bit sad for me to say that because I've been so positive for the game. And let's be honest, the game should ideally have gone into some kind of early access program, and I always let it off that because of the pure potential this game had to please console owners and give them an alternative to moving over to PC and playing American Truck and Euro Truck. But unfortunately that potential hasn't been realised, and the game is probably today at a worse state than it's ever been in. And even if it released in early access today, with all the bugs, all the issues, you would say, yeah, it's a fair start, I suppose. But actually, it's not early access. It went to full retail release 6 months ago. They've had 6 months to introduce new content and fixes, and today is the state we're in. So it's very disappointing. So it wouldn't be right of me to produce what is effectively quite a negative video about Truck Driver without at least giving some suggestions or opinions on how they can save the game and move it forward. So I see that they've got a couple of options. Option one is to simply sell the IP of Truck Driver, sell it to an in-house developer and publisher team, someone that wants to work really closely with the development team and the community and move the game forward. Unfortunately, I think the IP of Truck Driver is quite tainted now, so I doubt financially this could or would even happen. Option two, and this is what I suggest they do, is to immediately make the game free to play. Get as many players under the IP of Truck Driver and playing the game as possible. Meanwhile, in the background, work really hard on the game and in 3 to 6 months time release a massive update that's paid for, that includes lots of new trucks and a huge map update. Along the way, still give everybody who plays the game new missions and new tasks to do, but keep that massive upgrade to the map, massive upgrade to the trucks behind a paywall. Fine, people that enjoy the game can just play the free version. People that want more of it and want to explore new areas with new trucks can do the DLC. I think that will make everyone happy. It will put the focus back on Truck Driver, and I do genuinely think this is the solution for the future. I think at the moment it's just damage limitation to the brand, the name Truck Driver. I mean, at the end of the year, we've got a brand new generations of console coming, and people are going to be asking questions. Are we going to get a new trucking title on the new generation of consoles to match American Truck and Euro Truck? Are American Truck and Euro Truck finally going to make their way to the PlayStation 5? Or is it going to be a title like Truck Driver 2? I don't know, but I know that there is a space for a road trucking title on the next generation of consoles. So it really is damage limitation to the brand of Truck Driver if they want to move forward and give it another go on the new generation of console. You only have to look at a title like SnowRunner that's recently released, and yes, it's got its issues, but the graphics, the wealth of content within the game, and just the general completeness of the title, you put that alongside something like Truck Driver and you can immediately see night and day difference. So it is a shame, and for me it really is the end of covering Truck Driver. It's such a shame, but I just can't see it going anywhere at the moment. And I must apologise to you if you did buy the game based off my coverage or my pure enthusiasm for the game. I must apologise to you and just simply say it hasn't happened. But there is plenty going on the channel, so feel free to continue to be subscribed. And there's lots of obviously trucking in SnowRunner and American and Euro Truck as well. But at the end of this video, I would like to ask you, do you think I'm being unfair? I would love to know your opinions in the comments section below. Do you think I'm being unfair? Do you think it still needs time? Have you finished with the game? Have you just purchased the game and you're really happy with it? I would love to know in the comments section below. But that is it, everyone. Have a lovely day, and I will see you next time.